We are live at the Arthritis. Alrighty. Oh, that's not what I wanted. We've got an update. I need to see. Good morning. Hey, Julie. Were any of the patients through WellCare?
Yeah.
Because we got, was this one of them?
Maybe, yes. Yes. What did it say?
We require a statement that the drug is medically necessary to treat the... Oh, is this a new form?
Yeah, let me look in the folder.
Here, I'll print this out.
Yeah.
Guys, we're getting traction. Good morning. Look at Julie's jacket. Does she not look chic? You can't really see her though. I love that jacket. I asked her if I got it when she died. I guess that was morbid. I did get my medicine. Let's see. Hi, Tiffany. Wait, look. Ooh.
Good morning.
We've got two people, so we can wait a second.
Okay, let me get a redactor. The dog is even tired and cold this morning.
Aww. Bunny boo. Maybe she needs a massage in the massage chair. We will go live as soon as I guess we're already live. We just need more people on here because everyone joins when at the end after we've already said everything. And it's hard to have the same passion 2 times in a row for the same thing.
Well, we can start talking about...
I guess we could tell them that we're talk about how we're doing the boycott. Kind of start that while people come in.
Yeah, where's my boycott?
We're boycotting. Is that Tasha?
Our Tasha?
I don't know. Look at the picture.
I don't know. I can't see it. I can barely see it all.
Sure.
We're going to talk about prior authorization boycott, day 2 of 3. And so far, it's going well. Really well.
Actually, we got...
This is our 3rd one that we've got some traction on. Did you print that out for me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go look at it.
Ooh, here. Yeah. Oh, it is Tasha. Tasha. Hey, girlfriend. What? Oh my gosh, Tasha made a TikTok just for us.
Our Tasha?
Yeah, she said, yes, it's me.
Well, amazing.
Tasha's my girlfriend.
She's not. She's not. And Tasha plays for the other team.
She's... Exactly. You said I should try it.
I do. I think you should go.
And Tasha, Julie's trying to play matchmaker with us.
No, I'm not. Tasha would murder.
I'm about to start work. This is work, Tasha. You need to really represent your company. by staying in this? What grinds your gears about health insurance?
Yeah, well, she's fighting the same fight we are.
Medicare Advantage, when a patient is secretly signed up for it after they pay their supplemental.
Medicare Disadvantage. So we've got some really good things going on with the prior authorization boycott. It is my new obsession. Okay. All right. Does this fit with my jacket and my outfit today?
We've got Katie Couric.
Should I put this on so I can see the
Okay, bye now. Bye. Love you, Tasha. Hey, I'm sorry. I know. The people love Julie, and if all you could only hear my voice, could you like it though, since I did that? Like.
I'm making Bunny come to the live.
Oh.
She's feeling a little out of sorts today. So she's in the... Where can she sit?
It looks like she's... This is our drink carriage.
Right, exactly.
It's like a nursing home that delivers the dinners.
Oh, she's not in it. Turn that thing a little bit
She
more.
doesn't want me in it.
There we go. I want you in it. Yeah, I do.
Bunny.
No, Bunny's like mad today because of the weather. And she's cold.
She's...
So I want to talk about employers. And employers want good things for their employees. They want... employers want health care for their employees because they want them to come to work. Oh, let me close this door because things are happening out there.
All you could see was my hand. I love that too.
Okay. All right. So I am currently in a dust up with WebTPA and the employer. So let's just kind of back this up and see how things work. The employer is AAA, the road service that used to do the maps, and I actually don't even know what they do now, but it doesnn't matter. They have employees. Towing. Okay.
And flat tires.
Okay, towing and flat tires. I love it. So WebTPA,
third-party administrators. We learned that.
Yes, third-party administrator, and they are mandating to CVS. And that is not a typo. That is me writing CV $, because that's how I consider CVS. It's just a money maker. Their revenue streams have revenue streams at a PBM. So what has happened here is this patient, my WebTPA patient, has been my patient since 2021. And she's stable on a medicine, an infusible medicine called Orencia. It's dosed monthly. So this patient has been screwing around trying to help herself, and she and I are in like literally this battle with WebTPA. And I have notes out the yin yang. I chart like no one's business. Like if somebody like literally blows a fart, I chart that. So my communication yesterday, I spent I was on the phone with 3 different WebTPA agents. So remember, WebTPA is a third-party administrator. All right. So they have some like ridiculous thing on their website that says how they have unique benefits. Not so much. Maybe unique denials, but not benefits. So yesterday, this patient, we had to push her appointment on her continuity of care infusion appointment off because WebTPA has decided that she can't infuse in this clinic anymore. And she needs to get white bag drug from CVS. What is white bag drug? White bag drug is a drug that comes from a pharmacy benefit manager, usually Optum Rx, CVS, Caremark Specialty, or my personal absolute hate the most, Express Scripts. Express Scripts has another division, Accredo, that does their specialty drugs. But it's all a jam job with white bag drug. So what happens is WebTPA is got some deal going with probably multiple people, probably a broker, and certainly with CVS. And this is like the middlemen of the middlemen. So you have the employer, they already have an insurance company, but now they have WebTPA, third-party administrator, that is mandating their drugs to CVS Specialty. We don't take any white bag drugs in our clinic, and most clinics don't.
What is a white bag drug?
White bag drug is, I just told them that. You need to take your
sure.
Adderall.
Also,
Okay.
Olivia said, thank you, Olivia, for sharing the live. I was focusing on that.
Okay. So again, white bag drug is such a freaking nightmare, an administrative nightmare. And in more so than the administrative nightmare is, it's not, our physician is not covered by our malpractice insurance for white bag drug because we have no chain of command on it. So we get drug delivery here twice a week, and it's all comes in cold storage. It is all delivered by the same damn FedEx driver, Sean. Hi, Sean. We love Sean. He's here. We pay extra to get the 8:30 in the morning delivery so that we can get our patients in here and going right away. So we get drug delivery twice a week. If for some reason a patient has a cold or has a fresh stitches from a cut and they show up for their infusion, my nurses assess them and we're like, oh, no, we can't do that because these infusions can hinder healing. So,
well, and you also have people, if we don't have the drug, to where we can run over and.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we use our own stock, it's not for each, it's not earmarked for me if I'm a patient. And if for some reason, and when you're using white bag drug, which we do not, but when you're using white bag drug, it's literally like a pharmacy picking up a prescription at pharmacy. The claim is adjudicated right then and there. And the only people making money off it are the middleman, like CVS, Optum Rx, and Accredo, which is Express Scripts. So it also takes about 1 hour of a nurse's time to be on the phone with these PBMs. Everybody knows how horrid their customer service is because they don't have to have customer service because they have mandated prescriptions. So if I had patients that were mandated to come to me, my quality would go into the toilet because I would be like, screw it. I don't need to work hard. I don't need to provide a good service because why? I have a huge pot of people that have to come to me. That's not how it is. This is a free market office. Patients choose to come here and they can also choose to leave. And of course that goes, then we have a patient code of conduct. So if somebody is aggressive to one of my staff, we dismiss them as a patient. But you can't do that. You can't dismiss people if you're working with mandated drugs. Okay, so this patient, I was on the phone yesterday with this horrid agent named Vernon from WebTPA. Hey, Vernon, how are you? Okay, so he is like, I want to tell you how this works. And I'm like, listen, Vern, let me tell you how this works. I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm a national level advocate. I speak on this and lecture on this topic nationally at rheumatology conferences.
You have a few coming up, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to be speaking in Las Vegas and in August of 2024. This is 2024. And yeah,
Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas, yeah.
You're welcome.
Isn't that what I just said?
No, I thought you said.
Okay.
We're working on it. It's my medicine.
Perhaps you need a coffee. Anyway, let's go back to Vernon. Vernon works for WebTPA. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, but he doesn't know how to deal with patient care because this patient, if somebody at WebTPA could get real and figure out how to deal with patient care, they would have given us an override to care for this patient. So Vernon said the drug has to come from CVS specialty pharmacy or the patient needs to change to a different rheumatologist. Okay, what, Vernon? What? You don't understand the local landscape in St. Louis. And actually, there's a huge rheumatologist shortage here. So if you transfer a patient from this office to another office, you're probably looking at a 6 to 7 month wait on getting a new patient appointment. What in the heck is this patient supposed to do, Vern? Okay, he doesn't care. And he doesn't understand how things work. So Vernon said that was the issue yesterday. But the issue on the 16th, which was the day before, was that the patient couldn't get an override to stay here. Okay. The issue on the 15th of January was that the patient needs to have her order archived because of WebTPA, and they were still screwing around with that. Okay, so then Vernon, yesterday, Vernon said, I will just email you, Julie. I will email you a list of rheumatologists that work within our network. I said, don't email that to me. Email it to your member. I don't have time. I'm a rheumatologist office. Why would I be involved in sourcing another physician for her? We want to care for our own patient. We have an established patient with a relationship with us. You mail it to someone else. So guess what? Old Vern, he emailed it to the patient. Where's that email? Let's find it.
Thank you for sharing and liking.
Okay, hold on. Where's my email? Why can't I ever find anything?
People love it. It shows you're real.
Oh my God, am I ever real?
We got
Okay.
told we were PR.
Okay, so Wednesday, January 17th at 2:38, I sent an email to Web TPA right here, okay, about this jam job they're running with CVS. Employers here. I'm going to be tweeting out to the employer on this case at noon if this doesn't get resolved. Okay, here we go. Dear Web TPA leadership, this office continues to get conflicting information. No facts that was reported to your member with questions on the therapy was ever came. So they're telling Web TPA is telling the patient one thing and telling me another thing. Web TPA is saying that, oh, well, we just have questions for the doctor's office. And the patient says, well, what are those questions? They're like, we can't tell you. Total nonsense. All right. So, and then Web TPA is telling me, the doctor's office, oh, well, the patient needs to just transfer to a different rheumatologist. Like, that's a thing. Like, you literally need to pack a sack lunch and you're going to wait 6 months. This patient is going into a flare as we speak. We had to increase her steroid exposure yesterday because of Web TPA, CVS, and the employer AAA. All right.
F.
Triple F. Okay, so I wrote to them yesterday at 2:38, had a copy of the email to the patient and to their ACE Health Hub at Web TPA. Like, okay, let's just take 1 second. What kind of insurance third-party administrator has an email address called ACE Health Hub? Give me a break, all right? ACE, no. Like, as if they are special or are number one, like
Get
an ACE
on all their tests?
No. So wouldn't someone want to email me back from 2:38 yesterday? That would be a negative. Okay, so this morning the patient emailed on this email chain with me that she is suffering and she needs to have this infusion ASAP. Of course, they didn't do anything about that. So here we are. I emailed on the same thread this morning and said, hey, guess what? We're going to take this to social media at noon Central Time today. If we don't hear from these people, because we are not using these people, we can't use these people because if we're not, Dr. Bach isn't covered under our malpractice insurance with any white bag drug. And that's super, obviously CVS wants white bag drug because then they charge the employer 2 to 12 times more for the same drug than we do. So there's a broker involved in this mess that's probably getting paid X amount of dollars per script that runs through CVS. And on these expensive biologics, I mean, there's tons of money at stake here. So I don't know who it is, but we're going to uncover it today. So that's my Web TPA story.
What are some dangers of missing your infusion?
Well, if you miss your infusion, you can go into a flare and you can have, if you have rheumatoid arthritis like this patient does, you can have like permanent joint damage. Your organs, here's the thing with rheumatoid arthritis, it's like your body is attacking your body, right? So we give these complex biologics to trick the body into thinking it's the medicine is prednisone, but it doesn't have the disastrous effects of prednisone. So these, some of the, I don't know how much everybody wants to know about the biology of what inhibitors they are, because that's not really my jam.
We'll have Dr. Bach come in.
Yes, let's have Dr. Bach come in and talk about what interleukin, blah, blah, blah affects that. But patients get their lives back when they're on the right medicine. They're able to move without pain or with some limited pain. We're not curing disease, we're managing it, we're holding it at bay so they don't have joint erosions, they don't have painful hips. Ankylosing spondylitis is arthritis of the back and multiple joints. So if these patients, not if, when you have a Web TPA patient that I do today, who missed her infusion, now she's 2 days. So what we had to do was increase her steroid exposure. So now she's taken 20 milligrams of prednisone. So you know what that means? She's going to eat her arm off. She's probably going to gain 10 pounds because that's what prednisone does. It's a terribly difficult drug on your system. So when they miss the medicine, their quality of life goes in the freaking toilet. But guess who doesn't care? Web TPA, CVS, and apparently AAA.
Well, and there's no saying if they miss it for a certain duration, if the medication will continue to work because they can build antibodies.
Absolutely. And we've experienced that before, that patients, if they get too far off course on their medicine, then they have to completely come back in here and be worked up all over again. And if they're a stupid insurance company, Web TPA allows them to go back on the drug. A lot of times it won't work. So we really have a very short window to get this patient back on her therapy. And we're going to be making some waves here and publicly shame Web TPA until they do the right thing. And if you really, Web TPA, if you really want to have the patient transfer to another rheumatologist, then of course that is well within your ability. You source it, you get an appointment. I promise you, as a physician's office, I can't even get the hospital-based rheumatology office at DePaul Hospital on the phone. And there's 3 rheumatologists over there. They're fine doctors, but they don't have the customer service because they don't pay their staff well and they don't eat what they kill over there.
How soon can we get a new patient appointment in?
I can get a new patient appointment in 1 to 3 days. If a physician calls this office and talks to anyone here, or a physician's representative calls this office, I will see a patient today at 4 o'clock and Dr. Bach will just stay and do it. I will see a patient tomorrow. We will see acute new rheumatology patients in 1 to 3 days. That, my friends, is customer service. That is putting patients first. I don't need to, put out mission statements and all that crap. We take action. So I have tired of these people saying how great they are. Show me how great you are. Not interested in what you say. I'm only interested in what you do. There is zero hustle that goes on for Web TPA. Zero. And all I do here is hustle because it's the name of the game. If we don't hustle, our patients are going to hurt. And this patient is suffering and hurting right now. And the dangerous game that these people are playing is that if they decide to delay her more, I might not be able to get her in. I only have 9 infusion chairs. So I can't, create a spot for her if I don't have any appointments. So the fact that Web TPA made her cancel her infusion yesterday or 2 days ago, that's dangerous games. We're playing doctor over here at Web TPA. Mama not happy with that. Any other questions on Web TPA?
We've got some followers now, so I think we can update them on our
prior authorization boycott. Let's switch gears. How do I do this?
Here, I'm coming.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
There you are.
Okay. So I want to switch gears and talk about the prior authorization boycott. Prior auth. Okay. The prior auths are nothing but a permission slip. Okay. Back in the day, not all that long ago, we used to be able to write a prescription and that would be our prior auth because for Christ's sakes, we're seeing the patient. The doctor knows the direction. He has a personal relationship with these patients. These patients are highly complex. Most of our patients have at least 3 chronic conditions. I mean, I see them all the time that they have an allergy list of tried and failed drugs that's, this long in our chart. It's like huge. So prior auths are just a garbage administrative delay. So I can understand a prior auth on some of the expensive drugs. Even though I don't like it, fine, we'll do it. But what I will not do is these prior auths on inexpensive
Is it wrong?
medicines.
I agree with you, and I'm a CCR for a PBO or PBM.
PBM? No, I love that you agree with me because you know what? Everybody's a patient. I'm a patient. You're a patient. She's a patient. Hell, the dog's even a patient. Here's the dog. The dog's vet doesn't have to prior authorize her medicine. You know why? Because I have to cash pay it. Okay? So let's talk about the prior auth. The prior auth is a way for the insurance companies to make everybody one size fits all. Well, that doesn't work in rheumatology. It's not one size fits all. It's not even one size fits most. It's one size not at all. So we have to have customized therapy plans because these patients are also complex and one medicine wouldn't work for me versus my Web TPA patient. It's a customized dose for the patient and their complex needs. So yesterday was January 17th and we put our feet on the ground, drew a line in the sand, and said, we are not doing prior auths on stupid shit. Okay, what is stupid shit to this office? It would be things like folic acid, tizanidine, diflucanac, sulfasalazine, methotrexate, very inexpensive medicines that the patients can probably cash pay and have it less than their stupid insurance wants. So this is how many prior authorizations we pulled out of the queue yesterday. I would imagine we'll have the same amount, if not a few more today, for stupid things. Now, what has happened? A couple of good things. We had one insurance company say, it's approved. Okay, not bad. We had another insurance company, their PharmD emailed us last night at 6:06 saying, we understand you do not want to prior authorize methotrexate, folic acid, if you will, cheap drugs, okay? And she's like, we are working diligently to make that happen for you. So if you can just give us until February, we'll see what we can do. Okay, thank you for the email. Thank you for acknowledging that you're wasting our frickin' time. And this is the same insurance company yesterday that sent me a 7-page fax to prior authorize methotrexate. Okay, I'm not giving you until February. We are done doing prior auths on stupid things. Okay, this is a 3-day test boycott, but I can already tell you the results from doing it for 1 day are amazing. We will not stop now. Okay, anything that is an inexpensive, cheap drug that we prescribe in this office, the prior auth is like not going to happen anymore. And Claudia and I are going to deal with them. If anybody that doesn't get overturned on the weekend, but I can already tell you that we're getting some traction because these are filled. So one of the patients that we pushed back on was a WellCare patient. Okay, so this morning on the 18th here, we got a letter faxed to us.
It resembles ours, kind of.
Huh?
With the X's, it resembles ours. Are we going to send that?
I don't know. Okay, so anyway, I had sent them on the fax machine. Let's see, we got to be careful about all the nonsense with the prior authorization stuff. What?
26 people are watching.
Okay, great. So this is what I put in the fax machine to all these people. Okay, this is our prior authorization, not doing it thing. All right, and Claudia, can you post
There's a
this?
photo on our page.
Perfect. There's a photo on our page. What is on this page?
Yeah,
perfect.
They can just go on.
So I'm so cute and clever. Are you ready for this? Attention, Optum Rx prior authorization, Division of Administrative Burdens. How amazing is that? Can we just say the Division of Administrative Burdens is where I'm not going to play anymore? Anyway, so we sent this on all of these prior authorizations to the crappy PBM and the insurance company that wants us to do stupid stuff. And so we got the email on the one. And then this is from WellCare, all right? This is from WellCare on a tizanidine in prior authorization, okay? So they faxed this morning and said, your request fax prior authorization of tizanidine has been received and initially reviewed. Mm-hmm. Really? So somebody read it? I hope they read it and they're like, oh my God, do we send this to accounting? Oh my God, do we send this to legal? I just want them to be yelling, oh my God, what do we do with this crazy lady? So now they're saying, we just need to answer a yes or no question, okay? We require a statement that the drug is medically necessary to treat the enrollee's condition because, and we have to answer one question. All the covered drugs on the plan's formulary for the same condition would not be as effective for the enrollee as the requested drug, would have an adverse effect for the enrollee. I'm not looking up your stupid formulary. I have no idea. All I'm going to do is send you my prescription and this right back with my administrative burden letter. You guys have the chart notes. You dig through them and fill out your own stupid form. WellCare. All right.
No care.
WellCare, no care. It's just physicians are literally hanging up their stethoscope because of, oh, my thing went away. It's because of all the administrative burdens. And that's what we have to protect. If we are not part of the solution, we become part of the problem by continuing to take in 7-8 pages of faxes to to prior authorize something stupid and something very inexpensive. My prescription, this office's prescription, is my prior authorization. It is saying, here you go, pharmacy benefit manager. Here you go, insurance company. This is what this patient needs. I do not have the time or energy to check your pay to play list, your formulary, to see if it meets your criteria. You do it. These are your policies. These are your problems. My patients need their prescriptions. I'm going to help them get their prescriptions, but I'm not going to do stupid prior authorizations on very inexpensive drugs anymore. What questions do we have,
Smith
Claudia?
RX, any update on that?
Okay, Smith RX is a jam job. Smith RX is another interloper that I call in rheumatology. Everybody wants to get into the rheumatology, oncology, neurology drugs because the price of the drugs are super expensive. And any independent, really any rheumatologist, oncologist, neurologist has a giant target on their back because of the price of the drugs that we prescribe. So Smith RX is it's like whack-a-mole. These plans pop up right and left, and they're a third party administer, like an interloper of an interloper. So they insert themselves in between the patient and the physician, and then they had the patient docu-sign a document, which we got yesterday, and then I already sent it up to a bunch of people, that they are indigent, okay, which is not true. And
explain what indigent means.
Indigent means you're broke, you're poor, you have no resources. Claudia didn't know that, but that's okay.
I thought it meant indigenous.
It's not indigenous. Indigent. I mean, hell, we're all on the verge of indigent. But Smith RX has inserted themselves into the plan document for the patient and the employer, and they've carved out all the biologics. So all the medicines that we use here. And the same for oncology. I'm sure these patients don't get any oncology treatment. And the same with neurology, any of the
psychiatry.
Well, psychiatry doesn't really have an infusion.
Oh, you're right.
But actually, I take that back.
Ketamine.
Well, that's not really a thing. We're not talking about psychiatry here. I don't have the energy for that. But Smith RX has come in and said, oh, let's just carve out all the biologics. And that way we can just tell, pharma that, oh, the patient doesn't have insurance. False. You're liars. The patient does have insurance. You guys have carved it out. And so now they push all the patients to patient assistance, PAP, PAP, patient assistance programs. The problem with that is that the patients that actually do need the PAP, the patient assistance programs with the free drug and all that, they can't get it because these people with working, employed, insured staff have now diverted all the assets. So we had Amgen in here yesterday because Smith RX, we are coming for you, and we're not going to participate in your scam. Everybody needs to stand in their own feet, and you know what? Don't scam the system. There are people that really need free drug. Those people belong at a 340B hospital at DePaul Hospital because they get like help from the government, like hugely. They don't pay taxes, the hospital, and they are supposed to be there as a safety net for people that don't have any resources. That's where free drug belongs in that entity because they are compensated to provide the care.
Quantity over quality.
Well, it's just, it literally is whack-a-mole. So you've got all these interlopers like Smith RX, Payer Matrix, Shark RX, Vivio.
Birdie.
Well, Birdie's just a specialty pharmacy. They just don't do their medicines on Cover My Meds, which whatever, everybody can make up all their own stupid rules and policies. But guess what? Insurance companies and PBMs, your policies do not supersede mine. Okay. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to do it well, and we're going to stay in our lane and provide rheumatology care. And Claudia and I are going to advocate for every single patient one at a time. Okay.
I so think your fire is what's been missing to address these immense issues. Thanks.
Well, thank you. We just can't stand still and be part of the problem. And so I am worried about healthcare for my children's children. I'm 58 years old. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this, but if we don't create a pathway for success for the next generation, they're not going to have care. They're certainly not going to get it from the current players. Okay. They're not going to get it because we're already getting denials from everyone. So what's the point?
Why do you think insurance companies are so scared of being posted on social media?
So about 5 or 6 years ago, insurance companies were really into this thing called it was a net promoter score, NPS, net promoter score. A net promoter score is what apparently is some algorithm driven as to how successful the insurance company is. So they really don't want to have bad press. But sometimes the only way to get something done in the insurance world is to tweet it out, be on social media talking about it. You know, everybody's a patient, and only a few people own or are leadership at insurance companies. But there's really great people that work for insurance companies, and then there's a lot of shitty ones too. But if you are in the business of collecting premiums for a service like healthcare, by God, why don't you just provide it then? Why does it always have to be a throwdown fight? Okay, it's not okay to do that. So,
do you think they're scared that we're also educating people on what's going on behind the scenes? Because, like, right now, nobody's questioning healthcare.
I actually think some people are questioning healthcare.
They're starting to.
They're starting to, but this whole PBM thing is like blowing up. And it started with our indie pharmacists, our indie PharmD, independent pharmacists. That
shout out Loretta.
The PBMs have been very successful at shutting down most of the independent pharmacists. Think back to a couple of years ago, we had tons of independent pharmacists here. And they had amazing service, but the PBMs have their grip on legislators and on Washington, and their lobbyists are just paid to play, and they will twist the facts. They will make it sound like they're bringing transparency to healthcare.
Well, and you've tried to speak to a legislator, haven't you?
Oh, I've tried to speak to tons of legislators. I've testified on the Missouri Senate Insurance and Banking Committee up in our capital here in Missouri, which is Jefferson City. And I took a patient up there with me, and she and I were the only people speaking against the PBM bills. And the PBM had 8 guys dressed in 3-piece suits. And then here's myself and my patient. And I looked at these people and I'm like, are you kidding me? You have sold your soul. One of these days, you're going to regret that, because you're going to have a patient, a family member. Perhaps it'll be you. I hope to freaking God it's you, because you are doing harm. They twist things with these legislators. And we have a couple of legislators in Missouri, Representative Sam Graves and Representative Eric Burleson. These two are bad news bears. Claudia and I took a meeting with one of them, and their representative, like a representative needs a representative. Give me a break. He's like, we make no apologies for supporting PBMs. I'm like, great. So you and I hate each other. So that's the end of that. And I try to call him out on social media all the time, both of them. But when we have legislators that have the PBMs in their back pocket, I don't know if they're going to Thanksgiving together or what, they're certainly getting something, because nobody does something like that and goes up against the people and the patients and the citizens of Missouri unless they're getting something.
Sally Sassy Brassy Smart said her brother-in-law quit his job as a pharmacist and took a $75,000 pay cut because of the BS.
Yep.
And then Batson B6 said, we don't know enough about this issue as patients.
Well, the PBMs are taking over everything. It's all the vertical alignment. So vertical alignment means you've got United Healthcare Group, and then you have United Healthcare, and then you have 90,000 physicians employed by United Healthcare. Do you understand 10%. How many that is? They're the largest employer of physicians in the United States. I wouldn't go to a United Healthcare doctor if my life depended on it, okay? These are literally people that have sold their soul to work for United Healthcare. And I wanted you to go and get all of their taglines for their let's do yesterday. That. Yes, we did get busy, but I want Claudia to go and figure out the taglines, because I think United is like integrity, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you Google it really quickly? Because it's so not that. They don't even answer the phone. So don't tell me you have integrity. If you're not accessible, we don't have anything to talk about because I can't get your rear end on the phone or on a fax machine. Okay, read it to me. I can't see.
So, United Healthcare slogan or mission statement is helping people live healthier lives and helping make the health system work better for everyone. What?
Are they doing that? I
What?
don't think so. I think they're just algorithm denying things. That's what they're doing.
Someone said, "Thank you for showing people how the system actually works. Keep it up." Cute dog. She's okay. I'm a nurse
Yeah.
practitioner. I quit family practice to work detention medicine for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Carter said, "I'm really scared that I pay almost $2,000 a month for insurance and still have a big deductible. OMG."
Yep.
And then no insurance company is on the patient side.
That is 100% correct. There's not one insurance company that's on the patient side. You know, back in 2006, there was a guy named Wendell Potter who was the chief propaganda officer at Cigna, and he like became a whistleblower. And he's still out there. He's like 74 years old. I kind of have a business crush on a 74-year-old man, but nothing has changed. They've only gotten more algorithms and to deny things quicker. ProPublica came out with an article about how insurance companies deny claims in 1.2 seconds without even opening the chart. So it's just bad news bears. But we can make a difference because what we need to do is educate the employers. The employers are standing on the same side as the employees, which are the patients. I'm an employer. I want good insurance for myself and for my staff. And if my insurance company is doing the wrong thing, I'm going to call them out on that. Because the employer, I am paying 50% of my employees' premium. So I am the customer. And they don't ever treat people like customers. They treat us like we don't give a crap. Call India, call this, call that, all these call centers. And our records are being put all over the world. And I didn't consent to that. Who told Anthem that it would be okay for my personal medical records to be shipped to India for somebody to stamp a denial stamp on it? It's super out of control, but direct care is the answer. And that is where the employers have a direct contract with the people doing the work, the physicians and the pharmacists, and say, we're going to bypass the middlemen. The middlemen are the insurance companies and the PBMs. It's starting to gain a lot of traction in some states, like in Wisconsin. They've got an amazing direct contract program. We're super infantile here in St. Louis, but I am going to go down trying. I only know how to do this one patient at a time because everybody is unique.
Many employers want the cheaper option, and Tammy has called. Oh, thank you, Shayla. Tammy, I have called and I hear chickens when getting eligibility.
Yep, absolutely. There's goats in the background. It's just offshore everything, and they're probably paying these people in India, 3 cents an hour to deny your care. We can absolutely, the employer absolutely wants the cheaper option, but they also have just rolled over and taken 10-15% premium increases for less coverage every year. So the cheaper option is for the employer to do a direct contract, do direct primary care, do direct contracting with the specialists, and cut out the middleman. Can you imagine how much money would be saved if you didn't have to pay for all of these insurance companies' profits? They're making billions of dollars every quarter, like $300 billion every quarter. Like, look at the facts. Look at their Wall Street tickers. These people are like in the top 15 companies. The pharmacy benefit managers have surpassed what the pharma makes. Pharma, who's actually bringing a product to the table, the drugs and the R&D and the sales and all that. Pharmacy benefit managers now make more money than the people that have created the drugs.
Sally Sassy says, I would 100% join a direct care option to provide the care I want for my patient.
Great. We are gonna, we're actually going to the FMMA, which is the Free Market Medical Association, in April. It's their 10-year conference is going to be in Oklahoma City this year. Everybody knows about Oklahoma, the Surgery Center of Oklahoma City. They don't take any insurance. They only have direct pay with employers, and they are thriving. So FMMA, Free Market Medical Association, that's the answer. So we need to just get people to say to their HR, actually the HR people probably aren't the best stop. Where you really need to go for a self-funded employer is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, because that person, he or she, is on the hook for the fiduciary duty of the plan. And these people are going to start getting sued this year in 2024 for not having fiduciary duties of the health plan dollars.
Chris feels so safe with you.
Oh, well, thanks, Chris.
I would just like to say Aetna's slogan is, with Aetna, the power of your health is in your hands.
Not true. It's not in your hands. It's in the hands of a chicken in India. That's who your power is. All right. Do we have
Blue
any?
Cross Blue Shields is to live fearless, is to live worry, or is to live free of worry, free of fear, because you have the strength of Blue Cross Blue Shield behind you.
No, I'm not feeling the love.
I have Cigna. What are your thoughts on them? I never use my insurance. We plead the fifth on that one.
We have to plead the fifth on that one because we don't accept them anymore. We terminated our contract after 29 years as a rheumatology provider with them because of their crazy policies.
How is all of this legal?
How is all of
everything,
what?
like everything with the insurance?
Because they have the legislators in their pockets. The insurance companies are like, for example, United Healthcare and Optum are like so embedded in Medicare and CMS that they are writing the rules for Medicare and CMS. All these leadership people at HHS and CMS, they all go on to serve the people for a couple of years, and then they go into leadership roles and making God knows what after they've served in Medicare.
Don't they get health insurance for life?
Of course, they have amazing benefits as legislators. We have crappy benefits, and we have to pay for them, and we get to pay for the legislators' benefits. They're all about Medicare disadvantage for the people and the retirees, but trust and believe. Legislators have traditional Medicare and a supplemental plan. They have choices. They want to make their own decisions. I want to make my own decisions too.
Well, and you actually found an Advantage plan that wasn't the worst thing you've ever seen.
That was yesterday. Yeah, somebody at the railroad had cut a deal that the patients have zero patient responsibility for anything and zero prior auths. I want you to get those people and figure out who they are, and I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I want to talk to them.
That broker is doing great. If you guys know any independent brokers, send them my way. If you know any lawyers that want to get involved, send them my way. If you have any news reporters, if you're a news reporter, if you're a doctor that wants to, talk with Julie on a YouTube webinar,
love to do that.
As much as we can get this information out to inform as many more patients as possible, then the sooner we can fix healthcare and get back to, because if we had all of the doctors do a 3-day
prior auth, even if we had 10% of the doctors say fight back on the prior auth on stupid medicine, they would notice. So, I mean, we're getting traction. We've only done this one day. We're starting day 2 today.
And we have to get to that.
And we do have to get to that. So I appreciate everybody joining in. Send us your comments, questions.
We'll be back later today.
Yes. Fiddlesticks.
Bye.